My job search experience prior to this was just of enormous overwhelm and worse, just emotional exhaustion of just constant rejection, sending these applications into the void and never hearing anything back. I had seen many YouTube videos, read many blogs, many LinkedIn posts, so I wasn't really sure how different this program is going to be compared to what I was seeing. And so that was my initial hesitation. As I started learning more, I was very clear that, okay, this might be a really good program. While 4 years ago, job search used to be, you'd get an advice like, oh, apply 25 to 30 applications every day. It's just a numbers game. And surely within a few months, you'll land a job. Very horrible advice. This day and age, each recruiter is looking for a specific skill that you're bringing on the table that makes you an exceptional candidate for that specific role. So each recruiter is getting about anywhere between 200 to 700 applications. So if you're not conveying the why very clearly, the why of why they should choose you over the 100 other resumes that they've seen, then you're a reject.
Puneet, so thanks so much for joining me today. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Will. Nice to meet you as well.
Congratulations. We're here to celebrate your graduation from the program because you've landed a wonderful job.
Thank
Tell me
you.
a little bit about that job real quick.
I just landed an offer at Walmart as a staff product manager with Walmart Connect's ads measurement team.
Wonderful. But before we jump in and hear that story about how you did that, and congratulations to that, I would love to hear a little bit, just to share with everyone a little bit of your background. Could you give me a bit of a snapshot of what you've been doing so far?
So I am a product leader with about 14 years of experience in analytics and ad space. I started my career as a software engineer and then gradually transitioned to the product management space. I worked at a couple of startups before landing a role in product operations at Google. And this is where I really learned how planet scale products are built and shipped to people across the world. I really got to work with one of the best product managers I've ever worked with. And these might be one of the best product managers in the world. And that got me really thinking about being a product manager again. And that brought me to IJS, where I started my training and starting my interview prep towards achieving the goal of being a product manager at Google or a similar large company.
Wonderful. What a great background. I would love to hear, prior to you joining IJS, what was your job search like before you kind of joined the community and started the training?
Job search today is very different than what it was 3 or 4 years ago. And many others like me would attest, it's full ridden with stresses, overwhelm, and whatnot. While 4 years ago, job search used to be, you'd get an advice like, oh, apply 25 to 30 applications every day. It's just a numbers game. And surely within a few months, you'll land a job. Very horrible advice. Do not, do not follow that because like in this day and age, each company, each hiring manager, each recruiter is looking for a specific skill that you're bringing on the table that makes you an exceptional candidate for that specific role. So each recruiter is getting about anywhere between 200 to 700 applications. So if you're not conveying the why very clearly, the why of why they should choose you over the 100 other resumes that they've seen, then you're a reject. Like they have 10 seconds to look at the resume. So keeping that in mind, like my job search experience prior to this was just of enormous overwhelm and worse, just emotional exhaustion of just constant rejection, constant sending these applications into the void and never hearing anything back. I'm sure many others would who are trying to break into product management would attest to that.
Yeah, I think sometimes we underestimate the energy that emotions take, and the job search is absolutely an emotional roller coaster. It sounds like you definitely went through a lot of that. Well, when you started looking for help, support in this process, and you were considering joining IJS, what were some of your hesitations about the program?
Luckily for me, IJS was one of the first few things that came upon me and in my search. My initial hesitation, of course, was around like at that point, I had seen many YouTube videos, read many blogs, many LinkedIn posts. So I wasn't really sure how different this program is going to be compared to what I was seeing on those different platforms. And so that was my initial hesitation. But then, yeah, like as I started learning more, I was very clear that okay, this might be a really good program that I should sign up for or be part of.
So when you finally decided to join the program, what was it that really kind of pushed you over the edge to decide?
There were three main things that helped me really make a decision and really trust the team. One was the team itself. This is a really power-packed team of almost superheroes when it comes to product management from all of these big names, Google, Amazon, Meta, so on and so forth. The second was the IJS promise, if you will, which is that the team works with you and the work continues till you get to your goal, which is land a product management job. That is very assuring compared to like other places where it's kind of like a 3 or 6 month contract where you're left high and dry, regardless whether you land a job or not. So this really gave me the confidence that, oh no, like this team wants my success. They're invested in my success. So that was a big deal. And I would say the third and the biggest factor was just the coaches. There's a mindset coach led by Yash. There's the narrative coaching that's led by Sam, and the alignment coaching that Shobit himself often leads, and then just the operations that's led with Alyssa that manages the chaos of it all. So all of that combined, I felt like this is a really organized team, and for this kind of a critical search in this kind of market, I think this was a very one of the key decision factors that I could trust that okay, yeah, like I'll be in good hands here.
All right. So what was one of the first aha moments once you joined the program and started to dive into the work?
There was not one, but two aha moments here. The first aha moment was very early on when I started working with Sam, who's the narrative coach, and Yash, who's the mindset coach. Like I mentioned earlier, for me, the emotional exhaustion, the constant overwhelm of rejection was a big hurdle to come overcome. And through my work with Sam and Yash, I realized that like the mindset played such a huge factor in the job search, like really getting to that mindset of that positive thinking, that action-driven thinking, and then leading that action with intention. I think that got me over that hump and reinstated the self-belief that's needed to really start applying again, start preparing again, and start showing up to the interviews again with the self-confidence needed. Because you don't want to reach to a fight already defeat in your mind. You cannot win a fight with thinking that, oh, I'm going to lose this battle anyway. You have to approach that with that warrior mindset of like, no, I'm here to win, and that is the only outcome that's going to be. So that mindset coaching and the narrative coaching that helped me build that confidence back up was super critical. The second big aha moment was when I was halfway through the structured modules of the interview preparation, because I went from thinking, oh, product management interview is kind of like a numbers game, or it's a game of a luck, and if I get lucky, I'll land a job. From there, I went to, oh, this is science. Like this is a very structured thing. If I just approach these three steps, it'll all be fine. To then finally realizing that no, it's a bit of science and a bit of art, because the science and the structure helps you center your thinking about like creating this like mental model of what to expect. And then the art is following that structure and practicing that structure to a degree where you build your own intuition. You can start thinking on your feet, because in one of the interviews or one of the coaching sessions, Shobit mentioned that what happens if an interviewer throws a curveball at you? Are you going to be baffled with that out of nowhere question? Or will you be able to think on your feet, apply what you've learned, use your own intuition and your experiences to answer that question with the flair. And I think that's when that started happening was my aha moment where, oh, I have practiced this structured enough. I have the intuition, and most importantly, I trust myself and I trust the coaching. So I'm ready for whatever an interviewer would throw at me. So that was one of the big aha moments during the coaching.
That's a great moment. And when people start to realize that they've truly understood some of the skills and just the opportunity to go into that interview with that level of confidence can make a big difference in the overall interviewing experience. All right.
Absolutely.
So let's get into how you actually landed the gig. How did the intentional PM training program help you do that?
So one of the key components of the intentional job search program is the coaching. We have a big team of coaches that are really rooting for you, really invested in your success. And these coaches are they're not playing nice. These coaches are really sharp, highly placed coaches who are currently actively interviewing at companies like Google. By interviewing, I mean they are at these companies and they are interviewing candidates. So they're interviewing like two or three candidates every week, and they really know exactly what they're looking for. And so when these coaches are interviewing us, who are kind of doing this mock interview practice, they're actually being more rigorous than what they would be or what they would have to be when they're hiring for someone at Google or someone at Meta. And what that does is, one, you'll get a very good, penetrative, critical insight into how you're showing up for the interview, what your answers are sounding like. And not just that, but you also get a really pointed feedback or constructive feedback on what to improve on. What specific aspects of your answers are missing the point or are not cohesive enough, whether it's behavioral interview, whether it's product design interview, or whether it's metrics-based execution interview. So that process of like just rigorous interviewing was really, really critical in landing this role.
It is quite a process, and you're right. The mock interviews is really something special. They have a lot of experience that they can leverage here. So I'm glad that you got a lot of value out of that. So if you were to describe what the intentional product management job search program is in your own words, what would those be?
I would say for me, the intentional job search program or the intentional product management job search program is a team effort where you're never stuck or you're never left alone. This is an effort that's led by you, but along the way, there are coaches, there are mentors, and there are peers who are always guiding you, rooting for you, and spurring you back into action where if you're stuck. And for me, that was a huge difference. This is not a program where you're left alone on your own devices, where you have to figure out everything by yourself. And here are the videos that you review, and that's it. No, this is a program where the team is invested in you. The team wants your success, and you're not searching alone. You're in this community of peers who are either two steps ahead of you or two steps behind you or exactly where you're at. So you have a perception of like where you were, where you want to be, and who all are with you. So you're never alone, and it's a team effort and it's a team success. So and that meant a huge deal for me, and that made the biggest difference for me.
I like that. I definitely see that. I think the community and the investment, but you're right. It is a team effort on all parts. So that's great. In your experience, who do you think this program is perfect for, and why do you think it would be perfect for them?
This is a very, I would say, non-PM answer that I would give, because usually when we're giving a PM response to what we're designing this product for, we zero into one segment, we zero into one or two pain points. But interestingly enough, this program, the way it's structured, meets everyone where they are, whether this is an engineer trying to crack back into a product management or a crack into product role, whether it's a former product manager like me who has been at Google for like 5 years as a product operations manager and now wants to get back into product management, or this is a existing senior product manager who wants to land this group product manager role. The bouquet of coaches that we have, they know and they've been through this journey. They've made these transitions themselves, so they know exactly what it takes to get from level A to level B to level C. And so in that way, the structure of this program allows you to move in that direction. So I would say this program is for anyone who wants to get into product management, of course. And this would sound a little tongue in cheek, with intentionality. So you have to be clear what you want, and you have to be clear in asking what you need from this program. And once you're clear with that, and of course, there is the mindset coaching, there's the narrative coaching, which will help you frame that clarity, even if you don't fully have a crisp picture. As long as you know where you want to be, uh, there will be a roadmap for you, and you will get there with the coaches we have.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else that you'd love to share with anybody who's watching the video?
Sure. First of all, if you've made a decision for job search, or if it's a product management job search, you're a brave individual, and I wish you all the luck. And secondly, I think intentional job search is one of the best options that you can choose for yourself, because, like I mentioned, the structure that we have, not only it allows you to create a clear picture of where you want to be, you will have a clear roadmap, and you'll get out of this program what you put in, maybe twofold, threefold, if not more. Good luck with your search. Intentional job search is designed to get you from where you are, and no matter where that is, whether you're an engineer or a non-engineer getting into product management, or you're someone who's returning into product management, or someone who's kicking ass, but now are hungry for more and want to get to the next level. This is a great program for you, and Shobit and the team of coaches are just phenomenal and will be taking you in that direction.
Wonderful. Thanks for taking the time today and chatting with us and sharing your story. And once again,
Absolutely.
congratulations, and look
Thank
forward to
you.
continue to watch your career.
Thank you so much.
If you want to be one of our next success stories, make sure you book a call with us. I've left a QR code for you to scan. Go to our apply page, book time with us, and chat about your career and your journey to your dream product management role.